Hi, my name is Mark Shury-Smith. This video looks at what it takes to move projects using waterfall methodologies to using agile iterative methodologies. There are huge benefits to be gained here, but a systematic approach is required to address some of the challenges. We're going to run through that and look at some ways to address them. Are any of these questions familiar to you? Why does it take 3 months for some systems to deliver when others can do it in 2 weeks? How can you reduce the time to market for a single change to be available to clients? And is there a way to make projects agile without fundamentally changing them? There are 2 main challenges facing front office systems: the delivery time and high cost of ownership, but also the number of systems required to enable end-to-end testing. So legacy systems equals slow delivery and high cost. Applications get more complex over time, knowledge diminishes, and we see that developers avoid making changes to complex code. Test packs grow to accommodate growing functionality, and we see that test teams grow to enable all that functionality to be tested. End-to-end testing means all the systems need to be there, but the systems are rarely already at the same time. When we finally get a test environment, there are often setup issues. This can lead to a large amount of downtime. This adds to costs and time to market.
So you want to roll out Agile to your legacy systems. You want to get the benefits of iterative development and continuous integration, but you want to avoid the disruption to productivity or your current commitments. What we want to see is that you get the faster time to market from iterative development, but you see the reduced cost of ownership as well. Okay, so putting Agile in place isn't just a matter of getting post-it notes and sticking them on a whiteboard. There are some components you need to have in place to support the process. Test-driven development, enabling analysts to specify before it's developed. Test automation, regular feedback to the developers so we know if anything's broken. Configuration management, making sure we have one code repository. Continuous integration, using that code so that we're testing against the latest version. And decoupling system dependencies. We can't be dependent on other systems for our automated tests to execute successfully. What do you need from an Agile test tool? Well, it's got to be easy to use. It shouldn't be about code, it should be about understanding functionality. It has to be clear, to share knowledge. Support test-driven development, specify before development begins. Clear communication, so again, knowledge sharing in the team. And continuous integration, it has to link with the latest tools. So now we know what we need, let's look at how Fight delivers some of these things. So test automation. Instead of using the GUI to drive the test cases, we drive them direct. This saves time. It's graphical, which means it's easier to capture and share knowledge. Systems emulation. We take away the downstream dependencies, which means we can run automated tests more of the time. This means earlier project risk reduction. We do tests earlier, we cut down the risks. So we talked about how end-to-end testing can be a problem. All the systems are required to do the tests, but they're not always available. We want to virtualize those systems so we can continue doing automated tests whether the systems are there or not. This is a typical equity systems architecture. We want to decouple the systems. We treat them as black boxes that we virtualize. This is what Fight can enable us to do, take away those dependencies. So we want to decouple the other systems for end-to-end testing. First, we need to be systematic in how we approach this. So we need to understand what we've got before we target how we're going to improve it. But the key thing here is what are the benefits we're going to deliver. We want to find an area of functionality that's going to deliver faster time to market, bigger business benefits, which is why we're doing the project. So, how easy is it to record a test case using Fight? Well, it's as easy as actually running the test case manually. You need to do this once to capture what actually happens, the actual events. Once these have been captured into a log, here we see the Fidessa events of a typical order being processed being captured. You can manipulate them and drag and drop them into the test case. So once you've captured the events, all you need to do is drag them into the test case itself, link them so that they're running in the correct order, and automate the test case. But then, of course, you need to put in the test which validates that the results are what you expect.
So what we're going to see here today is a graphical test case being put together. You'll see how quickly we can put together a very clear visualization of what the test case is doing. Main thing is to go and see how we're dragging events from the logs onto the actual test case canvas to build the test case. Here we have 2 yellow boxes which show the parameters that will be driving the test case: counterparty, and the actual instrument. We're then going to pull back information from Fidessa, requesting instrument details, requesting counterparty details before we run the green diamonds, which are tests. These will validate that all the data is present before we start the main test case. The white box is just to go and tidy up the layout. Next, we're dragging Fidessa events onto the test canvas. Here we'll see all the events that make up creating, filling an order, and completing an order. So now we've validated data before we've started, we've created an order and completed an order. We're now going to verify that the order has all the parameters on it that we'd expect. So we're getting the settlement date, we're getting the order details, and then we're running 2 tests that will verify the settlement date and the back office processing flags have all been set up correctly. The last clear diamond again is just for layout to show that we've validated the test case as completed successfully. Once you've completed the test cases, you can put them into a test plan. What we have here is a test plan with many test cases being run. Traffic light layout makes it easy to see how things are progressing, and when one fails, we can investigate the issue. That's FIGHT.
So if you'd like to look at cutting the time to market and costs of your legacy systems, this video is available on the Investment's website. There's a white paper that covers our approach, and the application itself is available for download. Thank you very much for watching the video.